Okay, welcome back to part 2. Alright, we're gonna just show you the Digitrax, the brain of the whole system, the master unit, the DCS 210 Plus, which is just sitting on the bottom ledge of the master module. I'll just pan back. So yeah, just to explain kind of what I've done here. The layout module was basically only that there up. So the 1200 by 305 mil with the back scene, the end bit put on it, just like module number 2 is. But I thought, well, I need some storage. I've got to add another. I'm going to add a panel underneath that Digitrax panel there for the shuttle system and some switches, and I just wanted to tidy things up and be able to mount the Digitrax units under the layout, but also have access to the switches from the front. And next to it, partly, I've got probably about 35 centimeters of leftover O-gauge track to use as my programming track. So we'll just go back to the DCS. Now, what I like about this system is, actually, I don't know if you can see it in the back there. Oh no, we'll go under here, past the controller. Okay, just up, try and focus. Okay, they come with a 5 amp power supply. It's like a laptop style one. It's the most powerful controller I've had. And I'll just come back over here, and for O-gauge and my size layouts, it's plenty of grunts, and I don't use separate transformers to run the lights. So that, the red and the white wires just there where my finger is, that's your main feed to the track. The two next to it, they go to the programming track. So if you want to program a loco, you just pull the toggle down one place, so it's in the ops, and then we come up to the layout. Power's been switched off to the layout, lights and the track have gone down, and then you can run through and you can program the loco on here. I'm gonna disconnect a red LED that also connects to the track. I've done it before. It's actually quite cool. It just at exhibitions and stuff like that, if you're programming a loco, it doesn't put a full like 16 volts into the track at all times to power it up and run the motors. It just sends pulse information. So when you're programming it, if you connect an LED onto the track, it flickers on and off when it's sending a command to it. It's quite cool, actually. So yeah, that's the Digitrax. It's got a RJ12 lead, which just runs under the controller, under the layout, and into the back of the universal panel there. What I like about Digitrax is that there's a heap of accessories for it, and even though this is the non-wireless controlled unit, that's the DT602, it's not the duplex one, which I think is a different system. I'm not going to say something and be inaccurate, but I know there's another sort of $100 New Zealand module I can connect into the system and then it means I can make this throttle totally wireless. It takes 3 AA batteries in the back there, and it'll then so this unit will then just connect I don't know whether it's a radio or Wi-Fi to the module, and that way you just put that around your neck and walk around. But at the moment, for my purposes and that, it's actually, I like the tech, but I don't absolutely need it. So I mounted this panel right at the end of the master module, head shrunk module, so it's sort of in the middle of the layout. Alright, that's sort of covering the controller. Let's have a quick look. For those of you that watched the embankment video, this is more or less the finished product. I'm quite happy how that's come up. A little bit of the grass here, I used Mod Podge mat to stick that down, and it's still drying a bit there. I don't actually own a static grass applicator, so don't be too critical, but I quite like the effect. I just sort of put it into the Mod Podge, and then I move my fingers around and get as much of it standing up, or but I also don't think it looks that realistic just to have the grass all standing up north to south, because in real life the grass can get trampled on, it's left and right and all the rest. But yeah, all I've got to do, I've just got to do a little bit of touching up there. You can see some of the gap filler plaster through, so I'm just going to touch it up with a bit of brown paint. A few little areas that have got to be done. Added these trees probably since the last update video. Quite happy how they've come up. Once again, they were off Paddy's Lane. Signal box was off Paddy's Lane. The station was off Paddy's Lane. All these the passengers were on the Paddy's Lane station. And these, incidentally, great little figures. I bought off AliExpress. I got about 20 of them for $20 or so, and basically next to no postage. And I have seen some, I have bought one load before this, and they were badly painted, but these ones I'm quite amazed with, really well painted and quite cheap. At this point in time I can't remember the brand. It's actually the same guy in China that makes these signals. Once again, I bought these, I think they were about $7 or $8 each, maybe $7 each. So I got 4 for about 40 something dollars, including postage. And they're largely metal, actually. Not perfectly prototypical. There's a few downsides that the back, you can see some of the wires and stuff like that, but they were sort of a chrome finish, and I just hit it with some Tamiya flat grey, the posts. But if you knock them, I wouldn't advise knocking them too hard because they'll bend, but that's actually brass tube. I think the ladder's even metal, but yeah, the actual light head unit's all plastic, but everything else is metal. So for the price, I couldn't afford to buy a European or a Dapol version at probably $30–40 a signal. Because I've got 4 on the layout at the moment, but down the track I may need some more. Okay, so that's looking down, but yeah, I'm really happy. Still a bit to be done up here. The heritage line, branch line, needs a little bit of weeds and debris around the back scene, around the signal. Not that you can see the base of that low relief factory, but yeah, in front of there I've got to do. And those trees, I painted those myself. Not fantastic. give me some feedback. But I just tell people, have a go, you know. You don't know till you've tried. And worst case scenario, like painting on the back, thing like that, if you're not happy with them, you just paint over them. Alright, you might need a few paints of the light blue, or use some undercoat and then redo it, but no harm, no foul. But I think they look quite good because I didn't have room for real trees along there. Alright, well this part 2's gone on a bit longer than I anticipated. Thanks for watching, and we're going to cover a part 3 which will involve yeah, a little bit of information about the upcoming shuttle system to be used on the branch line / heritage line, and a few plans for module number 2, which is operational, but obviously I've decided to finish the master module. And just incidentally, that shelf underneath is properly attached, so when this module lifts up, it's one complete unit. So it makes loading into the back of the car for exhibitions, or if and when I move again, I need to move it. Obviously I won't have rolling stock under there when I'm moving it, but yeah, this is one complete unit. Oh yeah, I forgot to say before, it's supported on this side. It's not actually, it's got one little leg just in the middle on top of my desk there, but that's not even screwed to it, it's just holding, just a precautionary thing. I've made these truss legs for the end. I'll hand back a little bit. They're only fixed by these 2 screws at the top. You remove those and it sits underneath that bit of pine, so that gives it some strength and downward pressure, but the rest of it's just some treated pine with a strip across the bottom, and sorry, you can probably see just a piece of pine going across just to make it steady on the floor. And then there's just another strip under there where the layout sort of sits on it. But yeah, that'll come off quickly, and then you're left with the master module, 1200 long. It's just a bit high because it's got suspended storage underneath. But yeah, still a fair bit to do, and a bit of painting and what have you. But yeah, come back and show you more in the next video. Bye for now.